Hi all. Thanks for coming and watching another one of my videos. So today I am going to be exploring a little bit in Artislty. I love the program and we're in 2.0. I'm hearing that 3.0 is on the horizon, maybe within the next few weeks. So I'm pretty excited to see what new developments and new features that the developers have added for us. And I'm really excited to introduce more people to the program. So that'll be coming up. But I want to play with the one we have now. This is in 2.0, and I do have the one with all the bells and whistles. I'm not sure when you're watching, so I did go ahead and when I bought originally on the day of launch, back in fall of 23, I went ahead and got the deluxe version, which was at the time around $149, somewhere give or take. And so I do have that version, which has all the bells and whistles. They didn't have another option when I bought, but later they have added another option, which is a little bit scaled down version. Still a really good version. I mean, it's still really good, to be a one-time payment, and that's how it is set up right now. So always, you want to keep in mind when you're watching the video and that sometimes things change. But anyway, getting into what we're going to play with today. I'm going to play with something I don't use a lot. It's called the AI Prompt Extender, and it's right here. We're going to click into it. And basically what you do is you just type in a very simple prompt of something that you want, and then it's going to give you a prompt. And so one thing that I have noticed is when I do this, it's going to come up with a few negative prompts. What I have done is go back and add back in the big list that we have. So what I'm going to do first is go over into my personal designs. I'm going to grab, let's go to some of mine. These were some of mine, so I'm just going to grab all of this real quick and click out of that. I copied all of that. So what I'm going to do is go back into the AI prompt extender. And what I'm going to do is just type something simple. So let's just say we want some butterflies. Beautiful butterflies. And we want, excuse me, my puppies are getting wild again. Sorry about that. Beautiful butterflies. We want them to be hand drawn. Look, okay. All right. This is a real simple one, and we're just gonna, I've not pre-done this one. I don't know what it's gonna deliver, but we're just gonna play with it and see what we can do. So we're gonna do extend prompt. And okay, now this one actually has some things right here. One thing I don't like is sometimes it will come up with an artist. So I'm going to just delete the artist because I don't want my stuff looking like anybody else's stuff. Let's delete it. Okay, let's see. Delete. Okay. Why is it not letting me do that? Okay. Okay, let's do this. Let's create comic. It may not be able to. Okay, let's just do this redesign. I think it has to put me in there. Okay, that's what was wrong. So now I'll go into the prompt and now I can erase it. Sorry about that. Like I said, I don't use this very often, but I did want to play with it today. Now this one has some, I'm going to replace it with the ones that normally come in there. Okay, so we're going to do that. One, two. Not sure where that's at. Okay. Excuse me. Goodness, got choked. Okay, we're going to redesign, and we're doing this under the comic just to kind of see what we get. And remember, when they pop up, I'm going to immediately turn them to private. But let's see if the extended prompt, you saw it was a very, very simple prompt, just like 4 words. Let's see what it comes up with. I do feel like this is a feature that if you have it, if it's in the version that you end up working with, that it is a good way that you can kind of play with the prompting and get some ideas about the way that the AI returns your results. Now, I'm also doing 4 images, so when you do the 4 images at one time, it does take a little bit longer because it's creating 4 and not just 1. So that's why it's a little bit slower, because we're doing 4 images and not just the 1. But there we go. So okay, so we're going to make this private, and then we're going to look at the prompt that it gave us, because a lot of times it tells it to do things that, okay, so this is why we didn't get just one single image. But what we can do is we can adjust this. We're going to go back in. We're going to try it as watercolor this time. We're going to redesign it. And now we're going to take this base prompt that it gave us, beautiful butterflies with intricate, colorful wings, delicate and elegant, fluttering around a field of wildflowers. That's where we want to take that out. Okay, the hand-drawn, soft pastel, detailed, and realistic. I think I would just put detailed, and I probably don't want realistic, so I'm going to remove that. So detailed, ethereal, and whimsical, digital illustration, artistic and enchanting. I like all that. We're going to go back to the top, and this time we're going to put clip art, because that's what we want, is a pretty butterfly. And let's see if it says more than one. Butterflies. So we want 1 butterfly. Oops. You have to spell butterfly right. Okay. But see, we've started and we've gotten a prompt to work with. And then down here, we're going to put isolated against a white background. Now, when you're working with watercolor, sometimes you may want to put this, instead of a white background, you may want to put a solid, let's just say gray background. Okay, so we're going to do 4. We're just going to see what our tweaks, how our tweaks affect it. We started off with a comic version, so it's going to look a little different. It still has a little painted look, but one of the reasons that we got all of this is because it is wildflowers, and that's what it was telling it to do. So when you're getting your prompt originally, you may want to look at it to see if it rewrites it. See, we didn't tell it specifically we only wanted 1 butterfly. If we had done that in the original prompt that we started with, it probably wouldn't have done this, but we kind of left it up to it. So now, here we go. We have some pretty butterflies. We made it private. Now we can look at them. So, and we did them against a gray background. It did do this, and you can play with not getting that little image behind there. Sometimes when we remove the background, it'll go, and sometimes it'll leave all of this little cloudy looking thing. But when you're doing 4, you know, if you don't want that and you just want to pick out and pick and choose the butterflies that you want, you can do that. We're going to try this now with our original comic and just see what the difference in that gives us. Let's do 4 again. I know that takes a little bit more time, but it does give us sort of a range. I'm going to erase these little dots, and I'm going to erase this and put just a white background, solid white background. Okay, while we're waiting on that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remind you that there is an upscaler, and you can select a design and you can upscale one. So if we wanted to upscale this one, we could do 1K or 2K. I'm going to do only upscale and upscale this design. While it's doing that, I'm not going to be able to go back into my butterflies. Okay, so then just upscale that really quickly. Let's go back in and see if we've got our butterflies. Yes, and these are very pretty. So we're going to make those private. I like those actually a little bit better than I do the other ones. And with the white background, it gives us 4 really pretty butterflies to play with. Those are really, really pretty and intricate. Very whimsical looking. Now let's tweak that prompt again under comic, and let's see if we can make that butterfly in some different poses. So clip art, beautiful butterfly with intricate, colorful wings. We're going to take and say, beautiful butterfly. And let's put in flight. And see if that changes and gives us a different pose instead of the flat out pose. But these are really pretty. These would be really, really super pretty on like a t-shirt, you know, the big butterfly on the t-shirt. These are really pretty. They kind of look like stained glass. Very, very attractive. I'll probably have to do a little pack of these pretty butterflies. These would also be really pretty, this one, and, you know, do a pair of them. Okay, so it didn't really give me in flight. So we're going to have to see if we can use the prompter again. Okay, so let's try doing clip art, beautiful butterfly, isolated on white background, butterfly should be flying. Okay, and let's just see what it tells us to do. And we're going to leave the negative prompt that it, this says cartoonish to eliminate that, but anyway. Now we're going to select our style is going to be comic again, redesign, and then we're going to take out this artist's name here. So we don't want to use anybody else's work. Let's just see what it comes up with. But we can use all sorts of different variations with the same prompt and get different results, which is what is so cool about Artislty, is because it makes it so easy to change the sizes and also to change the type of art that you're doing. If you want a blend of the different types, then you can actually you can do a watercolor and then put a different qualifier, like for instance line drawing, and mix the two, or do it under cartoon and put watercolor and line drawing, or hand drawn or hand painted, and use those inside your prompts to get a variation of what the drop down offers. And also that allows you to tweak it and kind of make the art your own. Now see, very pretty. And we did get some different looks here. This one is very pretty. So those are also pretty. So let's take this prompt now, and we're going to do it as a watercolor and see what it looks like. Okay, let's just do one. That way it'll be a little bit, tiny bit quicker. Okay, so That's what the watercolor is looking like, and that's actually a very cute image. It kind of has the reflection kind of thing going on, which would be really pretty if you put it, on a pond or something, like you put some water behind it. It would give you this reflection look on there, which is really kind of cool. Okay, so we're going to take this one, and now we're going to try the 2D, 3D, and we're only going to do one because I'm just trying to show you the difference in how you can, what different results you can get from just changing that with the same prompt. This is the exact same prompt. We're just trying it with the different types of art. Because there are literally enough differences between them. Oh, look how pretty that is. Now that's with 2D and 3D animated, and I love the way that it added those colors like that. Now I want to show you, I have so many people ask me about doing consistent images. Well, one of the ways I do consistent images is, of course, to do 4 at a time with the same prompt, and then I'm only changing things. Like if it were little girls, I might change their hair color, or I might change the type of clothes they're wearing. I'm going to get the general look. It's going to be the same by doing it that way. If you change your prompt up every single time and you don't consistently just recreate from that same prompt, then you're going to get different images because they can't be consistent. Now here is really cute. So I did 4 to show you that you can still do you can get some consistency that way. Now see, this gives us, we've got 3 butterflies like that. Now if we recreate this again under the 2D, 3D, maybe we're going to see what colors, if it gives us the pink color again, or if it kind of mixes them. And it's okay if it does, because you're not limited, so you can just continue to recreate. Don't worry that it gives us one that's out of the range. I would keep that one and put it in another one, and it may be that as we recreate this prompt, we end up with multiple of the butterflies for this version, which would be like a separate pack or maybe a mixed pack. And then if we wanted to do the pink pastel ones, then we could use those butterflies in a separate pack, or in perhaps a pack with fairies or something that uses those same colors. That would be really pretty. So let's see what our, this is still with that same 3D, 2D, 3D look. That prompt. Now this one actually has a little reflection too, so it would also be a really cute candidate for, okay, so see, getting some different ones. Now, these are not necessarily consistent with these, but what you can do is go back in and you can designate where this is soft pastel colors and doesn't specify. If you wanted them all to be hot pink and turquoise, we could do that. So what we're going to do here is go back in, redesign, and see what that does by tweaking it. Beautiful, colorful butterfly with intricate patterns gracefully flying against a pure white background, soft pastel colors, and then put hot pink and turquoise. Okay, and then we're going to do 4 and see if that changes it a little bit. You can always change your colors. You can always, add things to it. Before, it didn't specify the colors. It just said soft pastels. So that's pretty much what it was doing. But let's see what this one's going to do. It's probably not going to be exactly like these, but it may give us some pink and turquoise. But oh, those are really pretty. So see, it did give us some more specific to what we're looking for. So, and like I said, you just pick out which ones match what you're trying to accomplish. So you might want to have a pack that has a harder line with the turquoise, and then you might want to have some that have more of the pink in them and create a pack or whatever. And these are having these cute little reflections, which I think are really cool. I didn't ask for those, but those would be super cute to work with. Okay, so that's our butterflies. Now, let's go in. We tweaked that one, so let's back up and go back to our original prompt back here. Let's just go with this one. And no, let's go with the one that it gave us up here, the first one. There we go. Yeah, this one. Okay, so what we want to do now is choose a different one. Now, 3D, sticker, anime. Let's try the anime and see what it does. And we're only going to do that on one just to speed things along for the video. I do want to try another prompt as well, just to play with it for you so that you can see. We'll be a little bit more detailed in what we want, and we'll see. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like if you do the anime, which is also a very pretty butterfly. Okay, so we're going to take this one and we're going to do the 3D and just see what that gives us. Doing one image just because it's a lot faster. Okay. So you see you get varying degrees of different, and depending on what type of image you're trying to create. Now see, that's pretty, and that's 3D. So that actually gives us more of a in-flight kind of a thing. So that's actually, let's do 4 of those and see what that looks like under 3D. I don't use that setting a whole lot, but let's do 4 and see what we get. I just thought it would be fun today to play with. This one has 3 antennas, so I'd have to doctor that one, but that's okay. I wanted to play today with some of these other features because even though some of them I don't feel like are quite as developed, and I mainly just use the AI image designer. Sometimes I use the upscaler. I think it's pretty good. I don't tend to use a lot of these other things, but they're there and there are applications for which you can use them. Okay, so now this one's getting a little bit, we would need to play around with the prompt and stuff because we're getting some aberrations. But now this is kind of cute. You know, that has a really neat look to it, and this one does too. So, you know, when you do 4, if you have to do away with one and remove a design, it's no big deal. That's how you do that. A lot of times I will go in, and the ones that are really bad I will, that I don't think I can fix. But now this is kind of neat, this little 3D looking thing. Now let's see if we can take this and turn this into a sticker. Let's see what it's going to do if we do a sticker. It's supposed to put the little white around it so that you can use it like that already. I found that the sticker works really good sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't give you exactly what you need around the edges, especially when you're doing that isolated against the white background and put that in there. So if you're going to do a sticker, you may not want to put that on there, because see, this one really you can't tell whether it has a white background or not. So I'm going to make that private. That is pretty though. It is very pretty. So let's try this again. Sticker, redesign. I'm going to go in and remove all these dots. And then I'm going to find its background. Let's remove that. Okay, let's just do one. Let's see what it does. I removed the white background, so let's see if it does something different for the sticker. Okay, that does give us the little bit of outline right there. See? Okay, well, I hope you've gotten a lot of that out of that, and you'll be playing around with it a little bit. I think we've had a really good video with some really good things for you to consider. Go back into your prompts that you create under the AI prompt extender, and then look at how the order of how it puts things, and that'll help you when you're creating your own prompts. Thank you. I'm so glad that you were able to join me for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it and that it will be a help in your business. I use Artislty AI to create all of my artwork. If you're curious about it, I do have a link with my affiliate link down in the description box. Check it out. They have a money back guarantee for, I don't know exactly how many days. At one point it was 30 days. So you can check it out. And if you don't like it, it doesn't work for you, you can always ask for a refund. I do have a special group on Facebook that I'd love to welcome you into if you use my affiliate link and want to learn more about how to use Artislty in your business. And I just want to thank you for watching my video. If you would, like and subscribe and leave me a comment. And I hope you have a great day. See you next time.